Welcome back to Paper Highlighter, your one-stop scroll for reality TV drama, mess, and the jaw-droppers you didn't even see coming. Tonight's lineup is stacked, so let's get right into it. First up, Jasmine Pineda shocks her 90-day fans by saying she's permanently leaving America for Italy. But is it really about chasing La Dolce Vita or a last-ditch move for her kids after Gino's visa blunder? We've got the receipts. Meanwhile, Tigerlily is still out here defending Adnan's control, clapping back at fans in Dior scarves and Prada shoes. She swears it's her choice, but viewers aren't buying it. Next, Warne, America's favorite man tantrum, allegedly blocked Sophie from appearing on the Hunt for Love tell-all. Yup, she says he shut it down moments before cameras rolled. Then, Natalie Mordovtseva gives us a relationship update that has fans cheering. She says she's done with Josh, and anyone still using her name for clout? Ouch! Also tonight, remember when Tim Malcolm shot his shot at Elise during the reunion? Well, turns out that date never happened. Elise is spilling why, and it's not the fairy tale fans hoped for. And finally, Vanessa takes aim at Colt Johnson with a roast so savage it had Reddit crying. We're talking erectile dysfunction, hall passes, and Larissa's infamous cuckold dig. Colt's reputation might never recover. Buckle up, fam. This ride is about to get messy. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss the tea, and drop your wildest fan theories in the comments. Now, let's cue that title card because our first stop is Jasmine Pineda's shocking move to Italy. After years of chasing her American dream, building her career, and even securing her green card, the 90-Day Fiancé star just stunned her followers with a bombshell announcement. She's done with the US and looking to start over in Italy. Let's break this down because the Jasmine story is messy and dramatic, classic 90-day material. On Instagram stories, Jasmine surprised her fans when she suddenly switched to full-on Italian. Fans translated her post and realized she wasn't just practicing. She was hinting at a permanent move out of America. Her exact words were, "I'm seriously thinking about permanently moving out of America." Now, Jasmine's been grinding for that American life. She launched her brand in the States, she fought through the immigration process, and she even gave birth to baby Maddie here. So why rip it all up and pivot to Europe? Some fans think this comes back to her kids. Remember, Gino botched the paperwork and left her son's names off the visa application. Immigration lawyers said that one mistake could delay their arrival for 5 years. Jasmine has been vocal about how break-hearting it is to live without her boys. At one point, she even admitted she'd go back to Panama if it meant being with them. So when she says Italy is now on the table, fans can't help but connect the dots. Maybe she's searching for a way to bring her family back together. But here's the twist. Jasmine herself framed it differently. On camera, she called it her lifelong dream to experience the old world. She said Italy has always fascinated her, and she's even started studying the language seriously. Still, fans aren't buying the just for fun explanation. Comment sections are lit up with suspicion. Why would anyone spend years hustling for a green card only to walk away? Reddit threads are full of speculation. One user joked, "She just realized Rome has better pasta than Michigan." Another countered, "Nah, this is about her kids. She's desperate to reunite with her boys." And a third bluntly asked, "Is this really about Gino? Or is Jasmine done playing house in America?" And let's not forget Jasmine's history of dramatic pivots. This is the same woman who once declared she'd never ever leave Panama and then leapt into the K-1 visa process headfirst. Now, after carving out her brand and audience in the States, she suddenly wants to trade it all in for Italy? Fans think there's more to this story. Some speculate she's frustrated with Gino after all their on-again, off-again chaos. Others think she's angling for a fresh TLC storyline. Because let's be real, 90 Day Fiancé Rome edition basically writes itself. At the end of the day, Jasmine has kept the real motivation pretty vague. She says it's about curiosity and culture. Her fans say it's about family and frustration. Either way, the move is happening and it's sending shockwaves through the fandom.
Don't touch that dial, because if you thought Jasmine's storyline was wild, wait until you hear which cast member is defending her husband's control with designer scarves and clapbacks. Yup, Tigerlily's doubling down on Adnan, and the fan backlash is fierce. On 90 Day Fiancé, Tigerlily has been the bold one, outspoken, stylish, never afraid to clap back. But her latest defense of husband Adnan's rules has fans in disbelief, sparking one of the most heated debates we've seen all season. Let's rewind to the moment that set fans off. Tigerlily did a Q&A session on Instagram where one viewer flat out called out Adnan's control. The fan wrote it was sad to see her covered head to toe while Adnan strutted around in a tank top and shorts. The implication was clear. She's being silenced, policed, or even puppeteered. Tigerlily didn't let it slide. In fact, she clapped back hard. She said it was sad that people assumed she didn't have a mind of her own. But here's where it got spicy. Tigerlily explained that when she first put on that outfit, she told Adnan it gave her grandma vibes. And yet, she wore it anyway. Her point is that she's not dressing for approval. Not for strangers, not for fans, just for herself. She then flexed by pointing out the labels. Her scarf was Dior, her shoes were Prada, her sunglasses designer as well. She summed it up with this mantra. She might look like a grandma one day, a Russian doll the next, but the bottom line is it's her style, her choice, her happiness. Sounds empowering, right? Not to fans. The reaction was brutal. Reddit threads lit up with hundreds of comments accusing Tigerlily of being in denial. One top comment, "Girl, you can wrap it in Dior, but control is control." Another bluntly said, "She's basically a puppet who thinks she's holding the strings." And on TikTok, users were stitching clips of Tigerlily's defense with captions like, "This is how manipulation looks when it's dressed up." Now, let's be fair. Some fans did side with Tigerlily, praising her for pushing back against the idea that modest clothing automatically equals oppression. One user even commented, "She looks happy, and isn't that the point?" But here's the problem. This isn't the first time Tigerlily's choices have raised eyebrows. Earlier this year, she appeared in full black attire during a family segment, sparking shock after months of saying she'd never change for Adnan. That transformation still haunts the fandom, and now this Q&A feels like a reinforcement of the very narrative fans don't want to believe, that she's lost her spark, her independence, her rebellious edge. And when you zoom out, the optics are tough to ignore. Adnan is relaxed, showing skin, carefree. Tigerlily layered, quiet, explaining herself online. Add in the luxury brand name drops, and it reads less like empowerment and more like a performance. See, I'm fine. I'm fashionable. Don't worry about me. Keep it locked, because if you thought Tigerlily defending Adnan was dramatic, wait until you hear about Warne throwing a full-blown tantrum to keep Sophie off the tell-all stage. Yep, this meltdown is one for the books. For weeks, TLC teased a mystery ex making a surprise entrance at the Hunt for Love tell-all. Naturally, everyone thought Sophie Sierra was about to step out. After all, Rob and Sophie's roller coaster romance is basically franchise legend. Lies, cheating rumors, messy online receipts, it all screamed tell-all gold. But when the big night rolled around, Sophie was nowhere to be found. Fans thought maybe TLC cut her, maybe she backed out, maybe the surprise fizzled. Well, now we know. Rob himself blocked it. On TikTok, Sophie finally spilled. She confirmed she was 100% scheduled to appear, even had her call time set, but right before cameras rolled, Rob allegedly blew up. Sophie called it a huge man tantrum that derailed the whole plan. She wrote, "I was supposed to be there, but Rob threw a huge tantrum right before, so I couldn't go on, LOL." Yes, she added the LOL, but fans weren't laughing. Why would Rob shut it down? Let's not forget, Sophie dragged him hard at the last resort tell-all, accusing him of entertaining men online and selling NSFW content. His new squeaky clean image doesn't exactly vibe with Sophie's unfiltered callouts. So, insiders say Rob may have panicked about what she'd drop if she had the mic. And the fan speculation is wild. Reddit lit up with theories. One top comment, "Of course he blocked her. He's terrified she'd ruin the good guy Rob act." Another snarked, "She had too much tea, and TLC couldn't risk it turning into a full kettle spill." And one especially savage post read, "Man tantrum, more like fragile ego on fire." Meanwhile, Sophie isn't staying quiet. She shaded Rob again when he dragged her dating life during the tell-all, even though she wasn't there to defend herself. She clapped back on TikTok, calling him out for talking about her relationships in her absence. And get this, co-star Tyree even weighed in. He commented on Instagram saying it was so weird Sophie didn't show up, confirming she was expected. That little detail just added more fuel to the fandom's fire. Now, what's Rob's side? He hasn't said much, but his silence is deafening. Fans say the optics are brutal. Sophie looks silenced, Rob looks manipulative, and TLC looks complicit. One user summed it up, "Rob controlling Sophie even after the breakup? Yikes." At the same time, there are viewers who argue Sophie's absence may have spared fans another meltdown. One comment, "What was she gonna do, show up and scream about the same old receipts? Hard pass." Still, the majority of the audience isn't buying it. To them, Rob's tantrum sealed the narrative. He's not the reformed nice guy he wants us to see. He's the same old Rob, just better at hiding it. Stick around, because if you thought Rob and Sophie's drama was messy, wait until you hear Natalie's bombshell about where things really stand with Josh Weinstein. Yep, she's finally giving us a status update, and it's juicier than you think. Let's take it back. On the last resort, Natalie came in hoping to rebuild her rocky romance with Josh. She wanted love, she wanted respect, she wanted commitment. But by the finale, it was clear Josh was already halfway out the door. He distanced himself, he pulled back, and Natalie had to face the truth. Their relationship was over. Since then, Natalie has been focusing on herself. She's undergone cosmetic procedures, gone back to school, and leaned hard into modeling. But fans have been watching closely for signs of a reconciliation, because with Natalie, the drama never stays quiet for long. This week, she lit Instagram on fire with a series of stories and posts that made her stance crystal clear. First, she confirmed she and Josh are officially broken up. Her exact words, "Me and Josh are broken up. If he and his boys can't post pictures without blurring my face, that says a lot more about them than about me." Fire. Yes, she said that, and fans instantly screenshotted it, sharing it across Reddit threads. The blurred face jab was aimed at her co-star Jamal Menzies, who had posted group photos with Josh where Natalie's face was blurred out. She doubled down, calling it immature and petty, saying anyone who still needs to use her image for attention is actually proving how much they rely on her name. But Natalie didn't stop there. She clapped back at Josh's circle, saying she's moved on while they're still stuck dragging her. She wrote, "Anyone posting my screenshots, my pictures, my blurred face shows how much they need me to get the attention they want." That's a straight-up mic drop.
Fans were quick to react. One Redditor commented, "Classic Natalie, burning bridges but making sure the flames look fabulous." Another chimed in, "She's right though. If they've moved on, why are they still posting about her?" But one thing is clear, Natalie's ready to slam the door on Josh, and she wants everyone to know she's not crawling back. For a woman once defined by her relationship drama, this new era of independence and savage online shade feels like a full rebrand. Whether it's authentic or just another TLC storyline setup, it's working. Fans are talking. A lot.
Don't touch that dial, because if Natalie's breakup blast wasn't enough, wait until you hear what went down with Tim Malcolm. He asked Elise out on the tell-all stage and then totally ghosted her. We've got the tea. Let's rewind to the Hunt for Love tell-all. Tim Malcolm was in classic Tim mode, flirty, cheeky, trying to play the crowd. With his ex Jennifer spreading rumors and Veronica pushing him on stage, Tim grabbed the moment to ask fellow castmate Elise Benson out. Fans cheered, Elise looked surprised but flattered, and it felt like a fresh storyline in the making. But once the cameras cut, reality hit. Elise just revealed on Instagram that the date never happened. In a Q&A with fans, she posted a gorgeous selfie, chilling in front of a scenic backdrop, and slipped in the bomb, "Tim and I never went out on our date after the tell-all." Yep, that was her exact wording. So what gives? Elise explained that after filming, she tried to move forward in her personal life. She admitted she'd been seeing Carlo for a little while post-Tulum, but it didn't work out. Now she's single and enjoying her independence. But as for Tim, nothing. No date, no follow-up, just silence. Cue the fan meltdown. Reddit threads blew up with questions. Classic Tim, big talk, no action. Poor Elise, she deserved better than a fake tell-all stunt. And fans weren't shy about dragging Tim's wreck record. He's had messy exits with Jennifer, complicated baggage with Veronica, and now this flop with Elise. One sarcastic post read, "Tim's real love story is with the spotlight, not with women." Still, Elise's honesty hit harder than Tim's silence. She admitted she's grateful for the love from fans and that she's not in a rush to jump into another relationship. That openness just made viewers like her even more, especially compared to Tim's silence. Keep it locked, because if you thought Tim flopping on Elise was messy, just wait until you hear Vanessa's savage roast of Colt Johnson. We're talking ED jokes, hall passes, and Larissa's infamous cuckold line making a comeback. All right, here's the tea. Colt Johnson thought maybe, just maybe, he could keep some of his private life private. Nope. Vanessa went public with what fans are calling one of the most brutal reality TV roasts of the year. On Instagram, Vanessa shaded Colt's alleged erectile dysfunction with a post that was equal parts cruel and hilarious. She basically said Colt is the most honest man alive because he knows, and I quote, "his stuff doesn't really work." She joked that this brutal reality actually worked in her favor because Colt would openly let his partners sleep with other men. Cue the sound effect. Record scratch. Did she just say that out loud? Yes, she did. And if that wasn't savage enough, Vanessa doubled down by resurrecting Larissa's infamous insult from years ago, calling Colt a cuckold. That blast from the past had fans wheezing in the comments. Social media lit up immediately. Screenshots of Vanessa's post spread across Reddit, Twitter, and TikTok. One fan wrote, "She's basically turned his ED into a franchise-wide inside joke." But here's the thing. Fans didn't let Vanessa off easy either. Many pointed out the irony of her dragging Colt when, hello, she's the one who left her attractive ex to be with him. One Redditor clapped back with, "If he's that bad, why did you marry him?" Another added, "The joke's on her, honestly." Still, the roast gave fans the drama they craved. And it wasn't just Vanessa. Other exes, Courtney and Larissa, chimed in with their own digs, confirming that Colt's reputation as a messy partner just won't die.
It's like the man can't escape his own history, and now Vanessa's dragging it back into the spotlight. Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Colt's relationships have imploded publicly. From Jess to Larissa to Vanessa, the man has been in one chaotic saga after another. But this latest humiliation stings the most because it's coming from inside his own house. Now, is Vanessa just lashing out, or is she auditioning for her next TLC storyline? Some fans think this roast is calculated because no one drags this hard without a motive. Maybe it's revenge, maybe it's clout, maybe it's just Vanessa being done with the filter. If you love the drama, smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and drop your wildest hot takes in the comments. Don't forget to follow us on socials. We're always serving up the tea first. And trust me, you do not want to miss tomorrow's upload because one 90-day star is about to drop a bombshell that flips their whole storyline upside down. This is Paper Highlighter, and until next time, stay messy, stay fabulous, and keep that tea piping hot.